here to show you. Going to the same place, super personalized watches. We were doing one for him, and then he added one in on me, and was able to get them both knocked out for him. So some of them will be a little bit more personalized than I can explain, but we will attempt to do so. So let's do this watch first. So we've got a complete blackout build. He wanted to, I'm not sure, I believe he's working in Abu Dhabi. At the power plant over there. So we've got Abu Dhabi featured on the dial. This also, I'm not sure what you would reference this area, but this area up through here, this is multiple like provinces or districts and countries. If you look up UAE, so this is United Arab Emirates as a whole. It's comprised, I think, of 9 countries and like 7 districts, provinces, or something to that reference, or 13 or something like that. But we've got all those featured on there. A little map cut out. I did a stainless steel dial that I aged and then polished to kind of give it a cool black look to it. He wanted red pips, so we went back around there, filled those with red paint, and then illumined them. Did a slim black handset and a custom painted second sand. Custom Atom engraved crown. The reference on the power plant, BNPP 1 and 2. And also you got a black rotor, stainless steel movement holder up in there, and a super low profile exhibition case back. It's wanting to focus on everything except for what I'm showing you. Why would it not want to just show you what I'm showing you? So that is the build as a whole. This build and that build will be similar in a lot of the aspects, especially based on the movement. So just to show you, the bezels on these will go left, they will go right. They do not click. They're held on with a tension ring, but doesn't come fully out to the side, so it shouldn't get bumped around. This is an automatic mechanical, so you can wind it, you can wear it, you can put it in a watch winder to keep the time, but if it's completely dead or you're not going to be very active, you want to pre-wind it. So how you do that is you back the crown off the threads until you hear it and feel it clicking. At that point, you can wind, which a wind is a turn that direction. Turn it backwards does nothing, but it's a lot easier to keep your spacing out. You go back and forth right here. So if you do this for 4 or 5 seconds before you put it on, you will keep time even if you're not very active. If you do it for something closer to 20 seconds, you will max out your 31-hour plus power reserve, which is what I do to make sure they were working. And both of these kept perfect time. So built them the other day, and I've been waiting on your custom boxes to come in. So they sat here for a minute. So just wind it out just a little bit. So if you pull it to the 1 and only click, you can now set your time. So it's not a hacking movement, so it's going to keep going. And it's got a wobble crown. So you've got a little bit of play there. What it does is it's deflecting pressure from going into that stem and going into the movement. So it's deflecting that. So another way to help it is just to kind of pull on it as you're setting the time. Okay, Google. What time is it?
It's 1:29 p.m.
1:29 p.m. Just push it right back over and thread it back down. That is your build, sir. It will come with matching beads. Whether you wear them is entirely up to you. But also with your build, got you a matching box. And then just to show you, just in case, because the other will be the same, it's going to come with watch cleaner. This is good on all glass and metal, so this whole watch, non-streaking, non-toxic, non-residue. And this is a matte finish, so it's decently smooth, but like you'll get like what's sitting on this fiber, you'll be able to see like little fibers and stuff. You know, you hit it with air, it'll come right off. You know, when it's actually dirty, that's what that's for. So little fibers going on there. You can normally just blow them off or wipe them off with your finger or something. Also, it's going to come with some fine scratch remover. This is Novus 2 from Amazon, just repackaged into these nice little containers. This is an acrylic glass as well as that one. You can scratch it. If you do, just put a tiny bit on and buff it with your included microfiber. Just use about 15 seconds with your thumb and buff out the scratch. It will be completely gone. So unless you like cave the glass in, which is super hard because they're 5.5 millimeters thick, you will have no trouble. So the second one is for the wife. We have got what he calls the symbol to be the power of love. So this was a stainless steel dial that I filled in a nice kind of like brighter silver. So you can kind of see it in the light a little bit better. Then I sanded it and clear coated it, and we pipped it. So we did a really, really thin hand set on this one so you could see everything there, and a white second hand. So case on this is like it's an interesting kind of polish look to it. I use the same kind with this. He wanted like crown guards, the largest case, so I did one of hers the same way. So still 18 millimeter lugs. That one's 22. But that does make it kind of stick out just a little bit more. But it's the same scenario on this one. You can wind it out and then pull to set. So that said, still going over this watch. Brushed bezel going all the way around. So it's like a nice little, kind of comes up and kicks in. Can I get that to focus on the KC there? So a nice little kind of italic style. Man, that is really not wanting to focus on it, is it? There we go. It focused. And then same thing, small exhibition case back on here. Let me make sure this isn't zoomed in. Nope, it's not. Small rise exhibition case back. Silver rotor back there and a stainless steel movement holder. And then for this one, I did something a little different, kind of new. Put it on one of these. They kind of just look like a what a leather band would look as if it's a mesh. So the one thing that I didn't quite like about it was these were so big that they just flopped right off. So like whenever you would feed this through, they weren't doing anything. They were just sliding all around. So since they kind of have this cut in them, I did a little bit of bending. This one is especially more bent. And the purpose of that is to keep it on. So I'll show you. I don't know if that's the best approach, but I think it's the only approach. So the first one will just slide on, and it's bent just enough so that it will catch kind of up around these pieces here, right? But then the second one, it will feed on, as I'm showing you, and it doesn't. It feeds on. It's a little bit tighter, but it holds. See, it's not going anywhere. So I just did that so that you could actually keep it on there, and then if this slid down, it wouldn't matter. It would just hit that, right? But you'd still be held on. Otherwise, this slides right all the way off. So just in case you're like, nah, I don't really like that, you're also going to have a Milanese strap in there as well, and some extra spring bars. So how this goes on, you know, one side's going to go in, one side's going to go in. You're going to kind of roll your wrist down to where that's kind of facing up. So now you go, oh, okay, this is right side up. How it goes is that's the locker for it. This piece right here is the bottom. Okay. So these teeth right here, grab this bar. Now it's on. All right. Well, as I pull it, it's really hard to look at this camera. So on your wrist, it's going to have that tension. And this pushes down. grabs, and then the locker flips over and grabs, right? So what you do is once you set your length on it, you never have to worry about it again. But how you do that is you're going to use a flat screwdriver. And which direction is it? It should be this way. Going through here, pry this back. You can slide the whole thing, and then you push this back down, and then it grabs again. So this is what you adjust. It's just basically got teeth in it, and you'll just go in with a screwdriver, a flathead, and pry it up. Do I have one handy? I probably do. I do. So it should just be why does it keep focusing behind me? I'm trying to do this looking through here. All right, so that props up. You slide it wherever you want. Then you get it and you push it back down. Right now it's on there again. Then you just grab the teeth on this, push it back down, flip the locker down. Okay, so that's your other band that I'm including in there just in case A, you either don't like the other one, or B, you don't like messing with however you get that to clasp on there. You know, I'm just doing it, but I'm not wearing the watch around. So, extra one in there for you. This is called a Milanese, so you can watch videos on Milanese. So, then the wife thought, you know what, pop a color will look kind of cool. So she grabbed these. I don't know if they're like green or what, but looked really good together. Once again, entirely up to you whether you wear them with it or not. Also, a matching box for you as well. So, once again, you will unscrew the threads until it's clicking. At that point, you can wind, pull it to the one and only click. You can now set your time. Okay, Google, what time is it?
1:37 p.m.
1:37. And that's it. So you can go from winding it to setting the time, but you cannot go from setting the time back to winding it. So if you screw it back down, you will have to back it back off to wind it. Once you pull that clutch out and you're setting your time, you cannot go back to winding it unless you reset the clutch by screwing it back down. So pretty simple. So if you put it in a winder or you're wearing it all the time, it's going to just keep time by itself. But this is basically winding that around back there. You just push it right back down and thread it down. So that is the watch as a whole. I hope she likes it. I appreciate you adding a watch in for her on there. And so lots and lots and lots and lots of silver there. So that is both builds, sir. And like I said, an extra SS in there. Same price. Not a big deal. I got them because I thought they looked awesome, and I still think they do. I think they look great. But the way that keeper goes on there, you have to bend it, which isn't a problem. It was just, oh, you got to bend it. Okay. But I guess that makes sense because there's different heights, you know, with these little, I don't know if they're grommeted in there or whatever, but they do have a slight rise to them. So that must be their thinking behind it. But grabbed a set just for this watch especially, and I like it, but just in case you don't like it, this is what I normally sell with the ladies' watch, and I've never had any complaints with that one. So got both actions in there for you. So also hers is going to come with watch cleaner, same thing. And then acrylic glass as well. If you get a scratch, put a tiny bit on there and buff against it. So she will have microfiber in there as well as some fine scratch remover. So those are the watches, sir. Appreciate your time. Appreciate your patience. We were able to knock it out just in time. And my guy was able to make me a couple boxes and get those logos in the top. So I'm glad we got those in. We got them today. So appreciate you, man. And if you want me to build you something custom and unique, reach out and I will see what I can do. No promises. And if you want to continue to see videos like this, like and subscribe as I put them up all the time. Thanks for hanging out for 15 minutes with me.